Hi guys, welcome back to another video. And today's video, I'm looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. Actually, I'm looking at buying both of them and swing trading them. I think we have a lot of potential here on Bitcoin. I think we have a lot of upside, quite nice risk to reward. Yeah, upside on the cryptocurrencies. I'm not a cryptocurrency investor. I don't know much about cryptocurrencies, but from a swing trading and like sort of intraday to swing, intra-week to swing trading bet, it's quite a nice one. I'm sure we'll see Bitcoin struggle around this area again, around the 110,000, 112,000 mark. But I'm definitely I'm pretty confident that Bitcoin can reach 100,000 here. Um, maybe in the next 60 days, 30 days time, and possibly go higher. So I'll be trading my stop losses. So in terms of the technicals, I mean, it looks pretty nice. We got a reaction here off the weekly area of demand, and now we're starting to see pushing above this sort of area of resistance as well, or support. Um, so yeah, we've seen this resistance in the market. We're seeing a lot of pushing through, a lot of buyers stepping in, a lot of buying pressure in Bitcoin, and now this sort of retest would be a beautiful time to enter for me. If we don't get the retest, and I can look for sort of this area below as well, to also get in. But on sort of the retracement here. But for me, I'm liking this move a lot. I'm seeing a lot of buying pressure coming in from the bulls in the market. And in terms of Bitcoin, I'm betting, like, you know in a way, buying Bitcoin is a bet that the US economy is sort of stabilizing in a way. At the moment, we're seeing a lot of risk off. Um, things like commodities doing very well, gold, silver, copper, platinum, they're all doing pretty well because they're sort of these safe haven risk off investments. When we've had like sort of a lot of the geopolitical news at the moment, it's been favored for the risk off, but Bitcoin is more of a risk on asset. So, you know, I do think we'll see a lot more, um, you know, we'll see policy pressures ease and stuff and risk appetites return for a lot of investors when we sort of see the settling down. I don't think as we had the US were talking about rate cuts. I mean, I don't think there'll be a rate cut now until probably June. Um, a lot of people said there was going to be one before then, but I don't. The US dollar is starting to gain strength again. We've had some good, things about unemployment and inflation data looking better than expected. Um, so overall, we're not looking too bad in terms of the US economy. We still do have quite high inflation, which is exactly why Trump's so desperate to get his oil. But in my opinion, Bitcoin longs at the moment is quite good option. If you look at Ethereum as well, um, just bring up the ETH chart here, we can see the exact same story has happened with Ethereum. They're moving pretty much identically. If we look at the chart here, you can see weekly area, weekly demand. Obviously, you've got this break of structure here coming back. Looking at the daily, we are starting to break out of this range, which this level of resistance in the market. If you can give a strong breakout and then a retest of this level here, then I'll be in the market. I have faith in these cryptocurrencies. I think we could possibly push up to even 4,000 in the next sort of month or two of Ethereum. It'd be a nice hold, a nice swing trade as well. So that's what I'm sort of looking at. For me, we push above this 200-day moving average, you come back to retest it. That would be a nice trade. You sort of got the EMAs now starting to look a lot more bullish. We're seeing a cross of the 50 and 20-day moving average as well. And you know, if we see this push and strong buying pressures can continue with Ethereum, I have the same. If the data has been better than expected with the US economy, I have pretty dire, expectations coming into January, but it hasn't been as bad as we thought. We've seen a lot of push up with things like the Russell. I mean, look at this. We've had good GDP data come in, so that's going to obviously positively affect, the top 2,000 companies, the smaller companies in the US economy. We're seeing NAS and US 100 all pushing up to all-time highs now, and pushing again today. So I'm seeing a lot of promise sort of in these um, in these assets, along with Bitcoin. you know, with it's following suit. So we're seeing pushing up now in January with the better than expected data, and that's what you're sort of looking for a trader who's trading these indices, and you're looking at the Bitcoin and Ethereum crypto assets. And you know, before I was trading gold, you know, when we had the geopolitical, you know, risk off environment, then you know I was taking longs in gold here, and that was fine. I was taking longs in silver. When we were taking these pullbacks here, I was getting in long. Now I'm looking for pullbacks again. I'm sure we'll see silver come back to these levels because quite simply is the data's looking quite better than expected. Again today, the unemployment was better than expected, so we're seeing the push down in silver and gold, and the DXY is pumping up, like you can see here, broke above this resistance here. Now we're looking like we could go and target these highs at the top here and push through this, which would make it you know, possibilities on the US currencies, which we want. We want strong currencies and strong major currencies to trade as forex traders, especially. It makes it much easier swing trading, especially, which is why last year a lot of swing traders did pretty well. But that's all pretty much for the video. I will be buying Bitcoin and Ethereum if we come back to these levels. Just wanted to, you know, say my thoughts on the whole situation at the moment, and yeah, I'm sure if you guys enjoyed the video, smash the like button and subscribe. I've also left my free Discord server in the link below, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.